blockchain is just another algorithm developed back in the earlier 1990s by Stuart Haber and Scott Stornetta. To explain it simply, it is just a public database model, which you can just insert. No update and no delete. And when you want to insert, your command needs to fulfill the requirements such as valid credentials, valid amounts, and valid targets. The computers making the validations are called nodes, and validation operation is called mining. And this algorithm was there, staying almost 20 years, and suddenly something has changed. And now we are talking about decentralization, democratizing the money distribution, community governance, tokens, ETFs, NFTs, DAOs, smart contracts, metaverse, digital identity, digital twin, you name the yet another nonsense. By the way, when you hear somewhere someone telling you about democratization, just run and don't look back. As much you name, as much I see another method for thieves, arms dealers, cyberpunks to do their stuff way easier and way untraceable than before. In this episode, I will tell you the truth, only the truth, nothing but the truth. So save me, God. This is Marcus, and welcome to Switchborn. Approximately 5% of Bitcoin wallets controls more holdings than the rest of the 95%. Even Satoshi Nakamoto's known wallet has 1 million Bitcoin untouched. This makes 1 to 20th of whole BTC holdings. My first question, does that sound decentralized to you? If you have $1 billion and want to buy Bitcoin, all you can get is ETFs. What are the ETFs? They are derivatives. It is like you want to buy gold, but no one is selling you gold. They are offering you euro, dollar, bonds, etc. That is why today some big wealth groups can only buy ETFs, not Bitcoins, because no one's selling you that amount of stake at hand. No one is stupid enough to give you some control over their crypto investments. Does that sound democratizing or community-oriented to you? Moving on. In total, whole BTC holdings value is approximately makes $2 trillion. And as of August, whole crypto market's valuation is about $4 trillion. For everyday relatability, imagine the global economy as a $110 trillion pie, and crypto is just a $4 trillion slice, smaller than many single countries' economies, or even the annual revenue of global megacorporations. Other than being a volatile market, have you ever questioned, for example, why there are Ethereum and Ethereum Classic? Or have you ever questioned what happened to Bitcoin Gold, Verge, NFTs, metaverses, millionaire tokens? Let me answer that. They are all hacked, or they were, in nature, mostly were scam-oriented by design. Moving on. Do you know that on some of top blockchain networks, only blockchain engine developers themselves are running the validation nodes just to solve the speed problem? In addition to that, those nodes are not really voting in between and totally relies on trust, like Federal Reserve. Does that sound decentralized to you? For any system which nodes and wallets runs decentralized does not mean that its economy and its facilities are in fact decentralized. The Genesis block, the first unauthorized insert command, decides the controlling parties at the start. You cannot rewind back, you cannot fix, you cannot change what it is destined for the network. If you want to run a Bitcoin node and want to be an active part of it, with current US electricity price of $0.13 for kilowatts per hour, you need to invest $111,000 to just mine one Bitcoin. So, to make profit out of it as a part, you should either have a state support for cheap electricity or a big facility and investment to produce your own. That means huge risky investments which an ordinary guy cannot even dream. Does that sound community driven to you? Moving on. In every crypto event, you see another coin's promoters. They always tell you that their crypto scam is the next big thing. I would suggest you guys to go ask them about whole technology and insist them to explain it like they are explaining to 5-year-old. Most of them can't, because even the promoters of blockchain networks does not know how it works. I'm increasing my bet. There are only 5% of people in the whole crypto market that knows how the blockchain networks does actually work. And that 5% is the master hackers trimming down the rest. Isn't that comes strange to you? Have you ever seen someone promoting gold to you? Or any representative of a precious minerals company that cannot explain how they are running? In every 6 months, at least one crypto exchange gets hacked or someone gets ripped with their all investments in the market. When did you hear any other markets exchange drilled out of their monies and filling the losses with their so-called emergency accounts? Let me list crypto exchanges hacked out for just last 2 years. Bitmart, Bitrue, Ascendex, Liquid, KuCoin, which was already secondary incident, FTX, Bitham, Bybit, Poloniex. Do you want me to go on? And please note that this list goes double if I need to reveal unannounced or denied hacks. Capitalist theory and human nature will not change because of a new decentralized technology. You need to understand that. There is no technology invented yet to change this reality. If you are not sure what you are exactly doing, then you will be ripped off sooner or later. You know why? Because cryptocoin technology is developed and integrated by us, hackers. And the first beneficiaries are us as well. If you are naive enough to believe that its first aim is to make you rich, then you are already lost. If you believe that it is democratizing, you will keep losing. And if you believe that tomorrow all the economy realities will be less volatile and more humane because of the decentralized mumbo-jumbo, then you are already dead lost too. go home and drink a glass of cold water. Moving on. First thing that crypto markets really made it possible to born is ransomware. In 1990s and early 2000s, let's say before the idea of decentralized crypto, when you hack into some institution, ransoming was extremely risky and traceable. There was no way to ransom someone, not for a dime, not even for millions of dollars. Because real money flow was and still is always traceable, bank accounts are belongs to real identities, exchanges are tied with central control. It was practically and theoretically was not possible to scale the ransom business. And then, you know what happened? Bitcoin happened. In 2016, total global costs of ransomwares was only $1 billion, and it cost in 2025 about $45 to $50 billion to the innocent people. And costs roughly doubling every year as ransomware evolves from opportunistic attacks to targeted, high-value corporate attacks. I want to note here that a thief is a thief. Stealing from people in digital world does not make you a hacker, it just still makes you a thief. I have not and never been like that. When combined, total damages of just ransomwares cost people about $224 billion, almost doubling Satoshi Nakamoto's reserve, and 1/10 of whole Bitcoin valuation. Moving on. How do you think today North Korea buying nuclear weapons with $10 billion of annual budget as a sanctioned state? Is it gold or dollar? Is it feasible to carry golds and huge piles of dollars with planes or ships or even submarines if there is something called Cryptocoin? Why do you think North Korea-linked APT groups are mostly focused on crypto exchanges? And do you think it is only North Korea alone? How about Russia, Iran, finances of the war in Middle East? Yes, drug lords, arms brokers, illegal gamblers, human traffickers, cross-border operations, all done with cryptos. But not just Bitcoin, of course. Today, Bitcoin is highly traceable. Don't listen to intelligence agencies and their pawns. And this explains why other crypto coins in total are worth $2 trillion in market value. So as a result, if you want to invest to crypto market, you should be sure that you are betting on black market. And when you see a big player buys ETFs or actual coins, that means they are in the bed with them. And if any big player says they are so stupid to do this, obviously you should not believe them. People having billions of dollars with consultants working $2,000 per hour, field experts, teams of geniuses, wealth clubs, years of experience, does exactly know what they are doing. Believe me. When you make some money out of crypto coins, where do you think this money comes from? It either comes from an innocent guy hit by thieves, or a stupid guy thinks he can be dead rich by selling his house and investing into crypto. It's 99% of speculation and theft. Where do you think the money goes when a dumb guy paid millions of dollars for a dumb NFT or meta fucking verse or green crypto? Any system which does not rely on honest work, additional value, creativity and trust is and will always be volatile and untrustable. There is nothing called misuse of crypto markets. Crypto markets themselves are mostly misuse of honest people's money and values. And I guarantee you, as a hacker, I will explain every bits and bytes in full technical details how these thieves steals from you until my last breath. Then Switchborn asked which way I would go. I couldn't speak. I stared into its eyes for a long time. First, it showed me a heated cage. This is your life. Then showed me women and men burning in the flames. This is death. Make your choice. Your eyes, I said. They belong to me and only me.